Motorcycle officers are a special breed. They can go where a cruiser can't, with unequaled response times. But in the real world, they face unique challenges and hazards unknown to those driving cruisers. Smart police departments will protect their valuable investment in their motor officers with what has been called the best motorcycle training course in the United States. The Victory Police Motorcycle Officer Training Course consists of 2 weeks of intense and carefully crafted training, divided into classroom instruction, cone work, and real-world road work. But no matter how many cone patterns the student performs, the shining difference between the VPM course and many others lies in the quality of the instructors.
With our great list of training instructors such as J.P. McCardle, Kenny Vaughn, you will not only learn how to ride a motorcycle proficiently, you'll enjoy doing it. Everybody that takes these courses is just having a blast, and they're learning how to ride proficiently.
It all begins on day 1 in the classroom.
If we're sitting here grabbing an orange and we poke a hole in it, we squeeze the orange, the juice flows right into the glass nice and freely. That's what I want you to think about your front brake. Squeezing the juice, right? If we grab, what happens? It goes everywhere, it explodes, right? And anytime you go ahead and grab something like a front brake, you're going to deviate from the T position on that machine. You got to keep that motorcycle in the T position. So just picture that T there. The handlebars make the one portion of the T. The rest of the motorcycle should be straight up and down.
From there, students hit the pavement for hands-on controlled pad work to incorporate what they've learned from the classroom. The first day reflects many student officers laying their Victory Police motorcycles on the ground while attempting tight turns.
I've dropped this bike probably 40 times this morning and not hurt yet. You do that with another bike and you'll end up in the hospital.
The bike design goes over on the floorboards. I don't know if you've seen it this morning, but when the guys demonstrated, it's all leg. You just essentially walk the bike up. I crouch down, use them back, and I get a little back strain on it.
Well, one of the things that we've incorporated in the Victory and that you'll learn in training is the proper way to pick up a motorcycle. One of the reasons we incorporated the tip-over protection front to rear was because of the number of injuries that officers were experiencing in picking up the motorcycle, especially in training exercises. So what we've done by limiting the lean of the motorcycle to 34 degrees and having a steel top box, you're able to pick up the bike without having to use your lower back, and it's mostly an all-leg lift, such as this. I simply grab the handle here, grab the top of the top box because it's all weighted in, and as you can see, it just easily picks right up and over. The bike's very easy to pick up. You can do this several hundred times a day, especially in training exercises. If you do drop it without any strain at all on your lower back, it's just an all-leg lift. Very simple. I kept my arms straight.
I think the cones are very important. The braking and swerving exercises that you can do in a controlled environment are immeasurable. However, you have to take that and apply it on the street, and the more you ride on the road, the more potential things you're going to see and learn. I think the big thing is that we do stress more road riding. I think it's, like I say, fine to work on the cones, but you just need to apply that out in the street and practice more in actual roadway and traffic environments.
I've been riding for all my life, street bike now for 6 years, and I can't believe I never knew half the stuff we learned here. I can't believe I never got killed riding a civilian bike. These guys are incredible instructors.
Clutch out a little. Out, look. You're not looking.
Look.
Yeah, look at that.
Do a circle. Just keep looking around. Look around.
VPM instructors J.P. McCardle and Kenny Vaughn draw on their 50-plus combined years as motorcycle officers and trainers to bring real-life experience and guidance to our students.
Because you're going to get calls out there, missing person critical. You're going to be out there looking. And they're going to be relying on you to go out there and check these parks in different areas. And near these cruisers, they can't get in there. So that's why we do the things we do. The surface we ran today, the gravel surface, How did everyone feel about that?
Good, solid.
That's realistic about, especially in your area. You know, not everything is going to be hardball. You're going to be going out there on chip and tar, which some of this surface is. It's chip and tar.
Each day, following classroom and cone work, they apply lessons learned to actual road work throughout the city of Tucson. The overriding emphasis of the course is focused on officer safety.
The Victory Police Motorcycle Training Program that you're now affiliated with seems to be doing things a little bit different than most training programs. What are your points that you stress the most in your training program here at Victory Police Motorcycle?
Well, it's got to be everything's safety in mind, but it's got to be realistic training, and you have to do street riding. As you know, myself and Kenny, we've been through a lot of different instructor schools. You can't just actually have someone come here and just whim it and do anything they want. A lot of people, they're teaching these courses and they don't have the proper instruction, and they're just doing things the way they want. Risk management tells you you should do it the right way, safe, proper way. So, the way we teach is a lot different in philosophy. We don't need to yell. I used to be in the Marines. I was a sergeant. We don't need to do all that stuff. They know what's expected. They know if they're in trouble, we'll deal with it then. But it's all about safety. We're trying to save people's lives, especially police officers.
And what I would say to any motorcycle rider, especially officers, is never be satisfied with just getting by. After a day or two, most of the guys can do the standard patterns, and they can be a point A to point B rider. But that's fine for the average guy that rides on a weekend. But riding day in and day out in an enforcement capacity, you always have to strive to be better, to stop better, to swerve better, and to be more observant.
Well, what we found out there is a lot of officers are being trained, but they're only being trained in the cone patterns. We do probably 20-30% cone patterns, and the rest is road work. Where an officer is going to be every day is on the road, chasing violators, doing his job, not in cone patterns. So we focus a lot on making sure the officer rides safely. Get them out on the street. We simulate a lot of things. We get them into all kinds of road surfaces, all different type of applications, city, rural, etc., to try and impress upon them what they're going to have to pay attention to when they're out on the road. Not too many cones are going to get them out and jump and hurt one of these guys, but a car, a pedestrian, a curb, a pothole, a lot of those things are going to hurt an officer, and that's what we teach our guys on how to deal with the real world, not just ride a bunch of cones. We do a lot of cone work, but our focus is to make them safe and secure police officers.
On day one, officers frequently dump their bikes. But when it does occur, they now know how to let the bike do the work and walk away uninjured. 2 weeks of hands-on instruction and long days of student work concludes with the gorgeous scenery and cool alpine air of southern Arizona's Mount Lemmon, a well-deserved reward for their hard work.
The training class is fantastic. We've got some excellent instructors here. These guys have been very, very patient with us. Being new to police riding, they've been fantastic, and being one-on-one where needed and working with us. It's a small group, so that's been really nice.
The guys here are fantastic. It's far exceeded our expectations. Our group during the evenings have talked amongst each other, and everything from the road riding to the course to the pylons. The instructors are fantastic. They work well together. They have, between the two of them, I imagine there's probably almost 50 years experience. And fantastic.
These guys are incredible instructors. Some of the fundamentals, you start picking up the first day, but they really get your mindset to do it, and it's not hard. It's getting past those mental blocks, the fear of dropping the bike, fear of getting hurt, and they've got us past that on the first day.
The officers can now return to their departments armed with knowledge and expertise that would have taken years to learn on their own.
Victory Police motorcycles should be an integral part of your training program for officer safety and longevity. You get trained on these bikes, you will realize it is the safest police motorcycle to ever come to market.
Why not give your department's motor officers the training and professional knowledge that will pay dividends day in and day out, and in safety and professionalism on the streets? Contact us at victorypolicemotorcycles.com or Mike Schultz at 520-770-9500. Victory Police Motorcycles, where officer safety is priority one.